Warning, this video could be emotional to certain people, so if you're not a fan of emotionalness, please click off the video now. Now guys, I know when I say that, I makes it sound like this video is gonna be me talking about someone in my family dying. Don't worry, it's not that at all. It's kind of something a bit more, not really serious than that, but it's a general thing. And guys, I just considered to keep my thing on, my recorder off, not for anything weird. Like, I'm not very sad or anything. Well, you could probably tell from the sound of my voice that I actually have been crying a little. Not for anything bad, you'll just have to wait and see. And I just feel like not having my screen recorder on, is a bit better than what I'm gonna be going through here. Now, guys, this whole video started when I watched this one. This is the YouTuber, um, animate something, or I don't know, but if y'all don't really know her, she's actually a YouTuber that I've been not only watching for a while now, but she's actually, if you've seen my video of me, making, an idea for a book series I want to do, she was actually in that, and this is actually one of her videos she's made. It's her draw her life story. And that's kind of what this video is going to be kind of like. Well, not in particularly like. And this scene in particular right here is when she was at her lowest point. Yeah. And that, and Albert, and now as I was finishing this video, I came to the conclusion. I wasn't trying hard enough. Guys, I wasn't really saying that. Like I said, I wasn't really kidding when I say this video is going to be kind of emotional for me. And might be for a few others. When I was. This. This is a time. This is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm trying to say. That when I was a kid, I was. I was a kid like anyone else. A kid. Probably when I was like 9, I was a kid like everyone else, still trying to figure out what they wanted to do with their lives and stuff like that. Honestly, when I was younger, I wanted to be a scientist to cure diabetes and and to somehow make bionicles move on their own. I was a strange kid in general, but still kind of am, but you know. But it wasn't until one fateful day when I was sitting in my old living room in my old house here, the, not this house I'm in now, my old house you all know, but as the day, as that day came, I was in my living room with my brother Brady, and that's when I came on, and that's when I saw him on a website that changed my life. He was watching a video on Skylanders since that was like our big favorite game at the time. And I asked him what game he was on, and I asked him what he was doing, and he told me about the wonderful website that changed my life, which was YouTube. YouTube. Ever since that day, I've been obsessed with YouTube. I've been on YouTube nonstop for years, and it was that day that I felt like I it was on that day that I felt like I would change my life forever. I I never stopped watching YouTube even for my even throughout my whole life. I never missed a single day of not being on YouTube. Even though I got in trouble a lot for watching things that weren't necessarily inappropriate, but just things that weren't necessarily appropriate for my age. Like the first plush tuber I've ever watched is what I considered I think was SML. Yeah, that's not probably shouldn't come as a surprise to a lot of you that SML was my first channel I've ever was my first Mario plush channel that I've ever watched in my whole life. And it was that day that I think it was the Easter special one. the original Easter special when Chef Pee Pee had to hide a bunch of Easter eggs and Bowser and Junior had to go find them is what my first SML video was. Because I think it was around Easter at the time, and I have no idea. But it was that video, but it was that video that got the spark going. I It was that day that after a few, I don't know how many days of watching SML, I finally asked my mom to buy me something on Amazon. That was my first plush I've ever received. My Luigi plush. What, which, actually, funny story, actually. When I actually asked my mom for that, I 100% thought I asked for Mario. Yeah. My my original idea for my very first plushie ever was I just wanted it to be Mario. But I don't know, I might have said something wrong and I got Luigi instead. I have no idea, but I don't know, I was kind of upset at the time that I got Mario and that I got Luigi and not Mario. But I eventually just dealt with it and yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, after a while I actually did get a Mario plush and that was actually the same, and I actually at the same time got my first Waluigi plush, honestly. And a lot of the time it was honestly pretty, and a lot of the time I was obsessed with collecting, which even to you all know is kind of an understatement for me. I've been collecting plushies my whole life. Every single, every single day, I would go to my mom and want her to buy me another plush. To at the point, it was getting annoying for everyone in my household. I like that, that, for that month or for the coming months of that year, of that time alone, I've had to own a lot of plushies. Like, not as much as I have now, but I had to have owned probably around 10 or 20 or even more. I honestly don't know. I haven't counted my plushies. That's the thing. I never want to actually count how many plushies I actually have, because one, they're not all the same plushies I've owned since I have ruined them and torn them apart by now. And and number two, you guys know I'm a lazy person that I haven't even wanted to even get around to the chance to count all the plushies I own. Yeah, well, I might do that at some point, but not at this point on. Anyway, when those, getting kind of back on topic, I was collecting plushies nonstop. So much that, yeah, actually, yeah. And, and actually, even before I even started YouTube, well, before I started my own channel, that is, I would play with my plushies off camera, like any actual kid would do. Like, don't get me wrong, actually before I actually got into plushies, Bionicles was my main thing. Like, you all know I love Bionicles. Like, Bionicles was like my childhood for a lot of my life, ever since I was like 5 to 10. And kind of like the age I am now, I love playing with Bionicles. Which, don't get me wrong, now I don't play with them off camera. Like, off camera, I actually sort of lost interest of playing them on camera. Oh, off camera. Kind of the same thing with my plushies. As I got older, I stopped wanting to play with them off camera because I guess you could say I just didn't find the use for it anymore. Not doing it off camera, like just doing it, not holding a camera in hand or my phone in hand, did, and just did nothing but just mess around in my room, tossing my plushies around with absolutely no one to watch but me. That was the time I actually finally got to the point where I just stopped playing with my plushies overall. It might have just been puberty starting, but I, but that was the day that I actually got around to the time where I just didn't want to play my plushies anymore off camera. Anyway, back on the actual topic at hand, before I went way off topic, god dang. Um, I, anyway, kind of, when I was on topic, I started my channel kind of on accident, actually. Like when I was playing with my plushies one time, I don't know why, but I kinda made my plushie. I kinda made my channel on accident. Yeah. Like one time, I thought it was a great idea to find a way to post a video of a single thing, like a single scene I was doing when I was playing with my plushies, when I had no idea how to do anything on YouTube, of how to make a single video. I made a video and posted it to this platform on accident. I was making a video, which was actually my first video ever, of Cody from SML saying how stupid he was. And for a bit of a background on that, I was actually playing with my plushies, and Junior was trying to prove Cody wrong, of trying to say how dumb he was, because Junior in SML always tries to seem like he's smarter than Cody when he really isn't. Like, generally, generally, that's kind of the focal point of that day. And when I was actually, and that actually was the day I created my channel completely on accident. And I was, and after a couple of days, and after a while, I actually started making Minecraft content, probably in the worst way possible, putting my phone in an empty cup, because I didn't own a tripod at the time, and I was making videos just on my computer, and like definitely not how I'm doing it now, of just doing when of just doing that for a while until I got older and older, and then we are kinda. And and yeah and yeah if y'all go first back to my first ever content I've made, you'll probably, like, if you go to my first ever video I posted, which you can do that now on YouTube now. Anyway, when that happened, when you go to my first ever video, it was just me talking about stuff I've already done on this channel, which you probably can't find, which you can't find anymore, honestly, because I deleted my first ever videos. And yeah, honestly, I've changed a lot over the years. I've gotten better stuff to do. I've gotten more ideas, and I've got this brand new, and I got this stuff that I now use for all my gaming content. This website, this stuff, this, oh, crack. Hold on, I'm so corny. This right here, you can read it. But that was the day forward I finally started to actually do what I thought was YouTube the right way. And what this is here, this is just kind of an homage of how many names I've had, which for those who've been around my channel for a very long time would probably know that this was probably my first name ever. Well, technically my first name ever was just generally my name and last name, which I didn't like that, so I just switched to this name, which was Sonic Bendy 100, which was my first ever like name I would actually come up with. And during the overall, I actually changed my name quite a bit, so much to the point where my YouTube didn't even let me change my name anymore because of how many times I changed it. I just can never really decide on a perfect name. Like, I wanted my name to actually stand out in the community, you could say. And yeah. And another thing, I never wanted to change my Minecraft name a ton, honestly, but I ended up doing a lot because I wanted a cool name, I guess you could say. Because that's mostly because I had friends at the time that I actually had teachers in my class for a lot of my school times that just I've just been doing of of you that I've just been doing. I've been wanting My teachers have been wanting to find my channel, and I've been telling them about it, and they've been having struggling finding my channel because I've been changing it a lot, and I've never actually been deciding on a name until recently. Not recently at all, actually. Not until I don't know how long I got the name we all know now as FX McKay. And a general backstory behind this name is nothing at all. Like, honestly, one time I was just thinking of a name, and I came up with the name FX, which generally I have no idea what stands for. I think it stands for like animation something, but yeah, I actually came up with FX because I don't know. I just like the word F and X, and I put them together, and that's how I got my name. Yeah, that's the truth. My FX McKay has no general name and has no general concept. Actually, in the beginning, it wasn't FX McKay; it was just McKay FX. Like this name backwards, because that was actually a name for a lot of the games I would play. But then I put the names in reverse. But then one time when I was signing into a game, when my dad was creating a game for me, FX McKay wasn't working. F McKay FX wasn't working. Then he tried FX McKay, and that spawned an idea in my head to switch the number around, and that's how I came up with my current name, FX McKay 2. And when I say current, I should probably say permanent. I mean, yeah, I've had gone through a lot of options to change my name, but I feel like at the moment right now, FX McKay is the perfect name for me. Now, for what I've been wanting to go for when I started this channel, when I started this video. I'm gonna do better. Like, when I generally saw the video, I, like, when I saw Rebecca or Toon Becca make that video, I actually cried. Like when like when I got to the point of something that she said in that Drama I Like video, I genuinely fell to tears. Like she was getting to the point where her dad passed away, and I don't know why, but I felt like I could relate to that. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. My dad and all the family members I care about are still alive to this day. Well, Harley and Nico died, but human people, yeah, human people I've known in my life, my family members that are human I've known in my life are still around today, thank God. But but I'm wanting to know, what I'm getting at here is when I saw Rebecca talk about her dad dying and how it inspired her to not, and in that point, and then she actually said in that video that she hit her point in life where she felt like she generally gave up on everything she wanted to do. She generally, it was generally in that point of her life, she felt like she lost all hope for what she was wanting to do on her channel. And I couldn't help but relate to that. You all know that I, in general, don't really put that much effort into my videos. Like, I'm one of those people who make videos whenever they want or whenever they feel like in general because they're lazy and they have no general idea of what to make in general. But it wasn't until I saw Rebecca talk about her father's death and when that happened, and what she talked about after that generally got my gears going. She talked about not. She talked about that at that time in her life when her dad died, she thought that would be her vocal point to stop trying in general, but she didn't. She kept on going, and she generally started doing better, and she actually started putting actual effort in her videos, and that spawned her popularity in general. Yeah, you guys can probably honestly already tell the way I'm sounding. I'm starting to get a little emotional. Yeah, this is not like a depressing, like I felt like someone in my family died emotional. It's a different type of emotionality, you could say. Uh, when Rebecca talked about that time when her dad died and she kept on going, that touched me in such a way that made me feel like I shouldn't stop what I'm doing here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Like, I don't know why, but that hit me in a certain way that actually made me want to start trying more. I've done all I could to get this channel up there. Like, you won't, I wanted, like, when I started this channel, I generally felt like I generally thought like I'll get up there to be one of the better YouTubers that I could be. Like I honestly thought in this point in my life I would have a lot more subscribers. But judging how hold on. Hold on. I I have currently hold on 270 subscribers, and that came. And when I thought of that, that gave me the idea that I generally was not trying hard enough to do what I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. And that gave me the idea to do this. I want to try harder. I know I don't try in general to make videos, but I want that to change. Guys, I'm not just gonna put out videos willy-nilly anymore. I'm generally gonna try. I may take more breaks. I know I said I would take I would take a break between videos, but I may need an extra longer break to figure out what I can do in general to improve my channel. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this and generally making me feel like that I have not done that good in this channel, but I promise I'm gonna do better. Bye.